Hi guys, so in wrapping our block heel, you measure it like you go round to measure it, then the length as well. But when cutting, you add a little allowance for excess folding and for filing. So I cut it out. I applied gum on the leather and on the rubber heel we are using. Now when stretching your leather and there's little excess, please don't forget to cut it out so that the folding will be accurate. Now when you are done, you start folding those little allowance you created when cutting your leather. Yes, so you pleat it bit by bit. Now when it comes to these edges, it can be very tricky. So what you do is you join the both ends together before cutting it. Now when you do that, it will not be so difficult for you to fold it the way you want. You need to note guys, folding heel can be very tricky. You don't need to have too many excess because it will be very difficult for you to fold it. So you just need very little excess in folding your heel. Like what I did here, my excess wasn't enough though, but I was able to maneuver my way through so that I can achieve what I want. Yes, so I can achieve what I want. And there, aside this rubber heel, you can also construct your heel for the high heel shoe you are making. Yes, you can also construct your heel and you can also buy your heel. Like this one, I got it for 400. It's not so costly. Yes, but if you don't have it where you are, you can construct your heel. You can construct it and it will be perfect. So I'm done folding it and I'm closing it right now. So you must not do that with your hand. You just use a hammer, your hammer, to hit it all through, and it will stay. So with that being said, please, if you don't get something like this, you can construct your heel and it will be perfect for what you are doing. Because if it's something like a block heel, it doesn't take so much from you. So we're done doing that. Now we're trying to get the lines, the edges for our heel. Now what I'm doing is, you will take your measurement tape and measure it after the marco, from the end of the marco, that's that black side, to the other end, from the end of the marco to the other end, like so. Now when you are done, you apply gum front and back. Now how did I get this long line? I use my tape, my ruler. So my ruler is like an inch or 1.5, yes, approximately 1.5. So, and the length of the measurement I did was it 18, or let's assume it was 18. I made it 19.5. I created a little allowance. So after applying the gum at the edges, I also applied the gum on the leather. Now when you are done and it has dried up, you will start placing it carefully. Now I noticed this material really gave me tough time. If I knew, I would have not used it, but it is what it is. I'm using it. So I tried folding it first time. It did not pull through. So I had to pull it out and try again. So you do it gradually till you've arrived at what you want. Yes. Now when you have arrived at what you want and the excess is like too obvious at the macro side, you can trim it when you are. But if it's okay for you, then you continue folding. You fold it carefully, like you are seeing on the video. Fold it carefully, and you go on and on with it. When you are done at the front part, you go to the back side and continue folding it. In the pleating, you pleat it carefully. Sometimes it can, like material that are light will not even be pleated like this. But this material I am using, it's so strong and very thick. That's why the pleated side is showing at the end of the foot. Now you can simply use your filing machine or your cutting knife to just skive that side so that it will not be coming out when you put your lining. You can just use your cutter or your knife, or you file that side so that it will not show. Now, in getting the front part, you just place your fiber, then add allowance, cut it out, then do for the other leg. That's just it. Now, after cutting it, you apply your gum as usual. You apply your gum on the leather, then apply your gum on the Nora. That's the, sorry, not Nora, the fiber, front and back, front and back. Allow it to dry. You will place it and start folding carefully as well. High heel has so much protocol. As in the protocol is so many, so you allow it to dry. When it has dried, then you start folding again. You start folding bit by bit. Yes, as you are seeing in the video, you start folding it bit by bit, till you've arrived at what you want. And please note, if you are folding it and the pleating is not coming out, you need to pull it, apply your gum, and continue. That's how shoemaking is, till you are finally able to arrive at what you want. Like I always say, guys, we are all learning. I'm just a girl trying to learn shoes, so we are learning every day. Yes, that's it. So I'm not perfect, yes. So please, if the pleating it's not coming out the way you want, you can just simply pull it out and pleat again till you finally get what you want. So I finished doing that part. Now, how I did my heel, I applied gum at the edges first and the other end, so that placing it will not be an issue for me. I applied gum at the end of the heel and the other end. Then after placing it, I used nail. Sorry, I didn't take note of this side. It's the video didn't show, but the thing is I used nail to hammer this side, that's at the end of the foot. I used nail for it. Now, in getting your sew, you are using the pattern, your cutout pattern for your heel to get your sew. The only difference is it won't be full. Yes, but you will create little allowance, because the heel will need to, sorry, the sew will need to go into the heel. The sew will need to go into the heel. Now, it's going into the heel because it must not be obvious, and that part needs to be shallow. It needs to be blended rather to go into the heel. Now, these are our straps. What I used my rule a lot. So I just rule like 4 lines. I applied my gum. After applying my gum, I allowed it to dry, and I began folding it, the left and right to the middle. That's what I did. Folded the left and right to the middle. After that, I hammered it carefully. Yes, that's it, guys. It's a simple slippers. Even if you are not making heel, you can do something like this for yourself. It must not be a heely slippers, to just make a simple slippers for yourself. Now back to the sole I was explaining for us. After cutting it out, you just go to your filing machine or you roughen it, then you blend the end of the sew. Now in getting your measurements, from the beginning to that side is 1.5 point 2. I usually use 1.5 point 2. Then by the side, I go for 1.5. Yes, as you can see. So from the top to that side is 1.5 point 2, while at the side is 1.5. Then after creating that point, that is where you will punch. Then the rest side depends on the strap you are using. If the strap is large, it will be larger. But don't forget the measurement I explained to us. Now when you are done, you just punch that side, then use your cutter to like cut out the parts. In using your cutter, you make your work neater. That's just it. In using your cutter, you make your work neater. After doing that, you just put your strap. After doing that, you just put. When you are done putting your strap, you will comb it. So before I fixed my strap, I had already filed the edges. I had already filed the edges. So what I did was I just applied gum at the front side and at the back side as well. Sorry for my off and on tutorial today. It's not been easy having a child and making a video. So after applying my gum, I was able to last it. I actually don't have a heel last, so I just used my regular slippers last to get what I want. Yes, and it came out just as I wanted. But if you have, because they are very nice heel lasts that will give you the shape you want. Yes, they are very nice heel lasts. But right now, I'm making do of what I have. So when you're done, you apply your gum at the end of the shoe and your sole. Then you place it. When placing it, you open that edge. That's the side where the heel is. You open it. Then you fix the blended side like so. You fix the blended side. Then the rest will just fall into place. And you are done, guys. When you are done doing that, you make sure you hammer it very well. Now if there is any part that is opening, please use your Aradite to just seal that part. So thank you guys and God bless you, and I hope to see you in my next class. Bye.